So, Dave, first of all, thank you for
Yeah,
accepting my
pleasure.
invitation.
Right.
I've been a fan since the beginning of the band. You know this. You have heard this countless times, but okay. One more time is always important.
Right. Yeah.
Always important to hear. Actually, I have actually a funny story because it was 2017 and July 14th, 2017, and you were here playing in Águeda, or you're gonna play in Águeda in Portugal, which is
Oh,
near.
you're in Portugal. Okay. Yeah. For some
Yeah,
reason, I thought
no,
Brazil. Okay.
no,
Sweet.
Portugal.
Yeah. Portugal's amazing
Yeah,
for us.
yeah,
So,
that's because that's why you were confused with the old time zone situation, right? Because I said, what the hell? No, because I have a friend in Michigan and I talk to him regularly.
yeah. Okay.
For him, it's 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. For me, it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I said,
I had it completely backwards.
yeah, and
Always,
I
but
said, what the hell is going on?
it's just age, man. I'm getting old. That's all.
Yeah, aren't we all, my friend? Aren't we all?
Mhm.
And so, getting back to the thing I was gonna tell you. So this was 2017, and I was getting ready to see to go and see your show in Agda at the time, and so I get there. I leave work, drove with my wife. We drove to. She went to see the concert with me. She enjoyed. She doesn't like heavy music, but she enjoyed your show, so it was a very cool thing. And just before the show, we did the check-in, right? We checked into the hotel. We left our bags at the room. We were coming down, and on the elevator, I crossed paths with Wit. You know,
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't. I froze, man. And my wife goes, "Why? Why don't you talk to him?" And I said, "Well, that's Wit from Ugly Kid Joe. And why don't you talk to him?" And I said, "I can't, And then the elevator doors just shut,
Yeah.
I said,
Oh
"Well, I
man.
missed my
Yeah.
I missed my opportunity," because then I spoke to the girl at reception and said, "Well, are they staying here?" And she said, "Yeah, they're staying here at the hotel." And said, "Oh, great. Maybe I'll see them tomorrow for breakfast or something." But you had to leave real early because the next day you were playing Barcelona or something. It was somewhere in Spain,
Yeah.
so you had to leave real
I don't
early at the time.
remember what year was this again. When I think I was on
2017.
that. Was
2017.
2017. Oh
2017.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was my
Yeah.
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 Okay, that was a birthday tour, my
Yeah.
50th birthday
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
It
It
went
was.
on for like 3 years
Yeah, it was
of
a
me touring like
it was
that.
a
But
cool show, and I just wanted
yeah,
to
so
share
wait,
this.
that was Agatha was the place, right? It was outside of Lisbon, right? We're talking. That was
No, it was closer to Oporto, actually.
okay. Was that the? It was like a festival or
Yeah, it was a sort of a free show, a festival. Yes, yes, it was. Yeah, yes, it
yeah.
was.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
and
The area has always been great for us.
yeah, it's really great. So let's start by talking about you. So producer, mixer. You've produced some. I've done my research. You've produced Crowbar, which is great. I love that record.
Yeah.
The Sonic XS, I love it. Evanescence, Mudvayne,
Yeah.
Slipknot, and Godsmack also, right?
Yeah.
You've produced an album by that features Shannon and also Wit called Another Animal. And
Yeah, we
you remember
just
that
finished.
one?
Oh yeah, they have new material coming out
Yeah.
this year.
Oh, great,
Yeah,
great. Because
doing I believe
I researching
five
for this,
months.
I didn't know the album. I didn't know that album per se. So
Yeah, it's a great record. That first one. Yeah, the
yeah,
new
that first.
stuff's cool too, man. Yeah, it's really great. We just finished. I just finished mixing that for them.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
That's good to know because the first album for me, it's kind of an angrier version of Ugly Kid Joe without the comedy,
yeah.
without
It's
your sarcasm, without your, it's
right.
for
Yeah,
me,
it's got
to my
the
ears.
riffs and stuff. Lee Richards, who I'm still obsessed with the Fadeaway song. It's my buddy Lee.
Yeah,
I did his solo project, Mixdown as well. Fantastic writer. Tony writes a bunch of riffs in there too. It's just a
yeah,
good band,
yeah.
and they made a really good effort this time too. So real stoked for those guys, man. Can't
Okay,
wait
okay.
for it to
Okay,
come out.
me
Honestly, yeah.
too. Good, great to hear. Great to hear that. Good news for me. And so another album you produced was the Superjoint Ritual.
Oh,
Uh,
early on, yeah. That
yeah,
back in those days, I was gonna
yeah,
say, man, it's
yeah,
unreal to see. I'll start with this, right?
yeah,
that NOLA scene really,
Yeah,
when Phil came in to do Super Joint Ritual,
yeah,
uh, at that time I was down and out, man. I mean, I had moved back to Louisiana to raise kids,
yeah,
and it was hard times because I was in between like Ugly Kid Joe breaking up and then being down and out all the way, right?
yeah.
Trying to
Sure.
survive. Well,
Right.
uh, Jimmy Bauer, Pepper Keenan knew I was home. Mostly Pepper just told them, Dave's home. They used to call me King of the Four Track. I think he told
Yeah,
Jimmy Bauer, like, King of the Four Track, go try him out. So I
yeah.
was doing this for these guys. Then Phil came in and had gotten the word that I was around doing stuff, and he wanted to see what it was like. So we
It was
ended up
like,
doing
yeah,
Detroit. Well, that ended up bringing the whole NOLA scene to me at the time,
yeah.
which got me the Crowbar record, and Soylent Green, and a few others. I Hate
Silent
God.
Green, yeah. Also,
Uh,
yeah. Also a
and
good
so,
one.
really, at that time, those were literally survival records. They were
Yeah.
literally feeding my
For you
fucking.
to survive, right? I get
Uh,
what you mean.
and of course, then that led to continue recording and doing stuff for people, and then
Yeah,
12
cool. Very
Stones, and
cool.
it led to eventually Evanescence.
I really like your production style,
How about what's going on with Crowbar, man? I mean,
yeah,
you've seen it, right? These
yeah,
dudes are taking off again. There's a
yeah,
resurgence of the band happening on
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah.
It's been
Yeah, it's
fascinating.
really cool. It's
It's
really cool
great.
because it's a band that I do appreciate a lot. Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
yeah, and then it's also cool. I've
Yeah, I
no
talked
research.
to Kurt the other day,
Yeah,
and he said, "Yeah, Sonic Excess is really it's
yeah,
having
it's
a
a
big
cool
resurgence,
record.
but
It's a cool
really
record,
cool."
and as I was saying, I think that you have your own particular style. All the instruments are extremely well balanced, and I like the sound that you get from the drums also, and
Yeah,
also
thanks.
the bass pedals. It's very strong. It's almost in the mix is almost as if the bass pedal is almost like the other instrumentation, right? So it's sort of a percussive element that I like
Yeah,
in
that's
your
cool.
style, your production style. So
Yeah, man.
that's really cool. I heard that I read that you produced I hope I'm not giving anything away. I think I'm not. Ugly Kid Joe are recorded an album and you produced it, right? I read that
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
we wrote
yeah,
for a lot. We wrote for a longer stretch this time than we had in
yes,
the past. No, there's
yeah,
nothing to give away. I mean, it was a limited amount of people know there's an album coming
yeah,
in. And,
yeah.
no titles or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, the information of it coming out is public now, so it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
But yeah, here's what happened, man. We ended up doing extensive writing this time,
Yeah,
really concentrating on that part of it.
yeah.
And so we're really super proud of it. Uh, Me and Whit did a lot of co-writing, more than we've ever done, really,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
just had this spurt of creativity that happened within the first 2 week stretch that we did. I mean, there was like, I don't know, we squeezed out, I think it was like seven or maybe even nine songs.
Okay,
And
okay.
what we
So
did was just kept going through them and going through them and going through them
yeah,
until we would rehash them, and some got redone completely. And
yeah.
we took the time to sit and do it,
Great.
and it really produced what I think are some really strong songs.
Oh,
I mean,
cool,
everybody
cool,
says, "Oh, this is our
cool,
best album."
cool. I'm waiting
Uh,
to hear that. I'm
Pretty
really
common, but
yeah,
this is a very very strong record.
yeah.
I would put it up against any album we've ever
And
done.
Shannon is back in the fold, right? The drummer.
Shannon, for the first time since 2012, played
Yeah,
the entire album and
yeah.
not just a few songs
Not
on it.
some songs because he participated on some
Yeah.
songs here and there,
And
right? On
we
the
have on this one, I mean, anybody that's an Ugly Kid Joe fan will always appreciate when Klaus comes back real
yeah,
strong. I mean, he's got some killer songs. I think he's got, my personal opinion, he got the best song he's ever written on here,
yeah.
uh, which you'll see coming out
Okay,
at some point. A
okay,
couple of
okay,
them really. He'll be most likely be the first single will be Klaus's song.
okay,
Hopefully,
okay.
that's my pick for it. Are you wearing an
Yeah,
Ugly Kid Joe Adidas shirt? Wait, what
yeah,
am I
yeah. I
looking
am.
at?
I
That's a
am.
funny shirt. That's funny.
I,
That's Klaus. The mind of
I,
Klaus Eichstadt right
yeah,
there.
because I
The
said, well,
greatest.
no, I gotta wear something. I couldn't place my records. The only record I have is this cassette tape from Motel California to show you
Whoa, my
the
God, that's rad, dude. You fucking cassette tape.
yeah, a cassette tape. Yeah,
That's
right.
so cool.
Yeah, in the back I have part of my collection. I don't know if you can see it. I have in there. I have all the albums of Ugly Kid Joe in somewhere in
Yeah,
there.
sweet, dude. Okay, right on,
Somewhere
man.
around there they are there, but I could only pull out this cassette tape. But I said, well, I have to get the t-shirt because I have two t-shirts and I have one of these. This is one of the cool ones. The Adidas one is cool.
Yeah,
It's sort of, exemplifies what you are, because you have a strong message, but also the comedic side, the
Yeah.
sarcasm, the irony of the thing, and that's a
Yeah.
cool thing. It personifies you, so it's kind of a cool concept. So and that's it. So I was actually researching for this, and I didn't realize that America's Least Wanted, which was your first record with the band, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, was released on September 8th, which was my birthday, September 8th. So
Oh
that's kind of
yeah.
a cool, yeah.
That's
I
right.
was looking
Yeah.
at this, and it's not 1992, further back,
Yeah.
but still September 8th. So it's a cool thing,
That's right.
and yeah. And I was listening to the album again, and I saw you have a sole writing credit, which is BZB, right? So, and it's a
Yeah.
very
I
cool
wrote the song
song.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very cool song. It's different from the rest of the album. You can tell that, but it's also yours. It's Ugly Kid Joe. It's
Yeah.
if that makes sense. It's
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
It's a
Whit's
cool.
signature.
Yeah,
Uh, he's Ugly Kid Joe, the voice of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That's what I
Stick
what
him
I
on the
mean.
song, and then it's
Yeah.
definitely the band. It's
Yeah,
great.
it is. It is definitely. And then I remember when first the first time I saw the neighbor video, with that obnoxious guy picking up his feet and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's that whole vibe. I always enjoyed the heaviness and also the kind of less serious, more more. I don't want to say childish, but in a way it is
Yeah,
in
man.
a
I get
positive
it. Yeah.
way. That
That's actually what it is, and
yeah, yeah.
some people really get it, and then
uh,
obviously a lot of
Other
people
people
don't.
don't, right?
Yeah, so
Because
either
that's
or sort of with
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's
guess I
it.
guess there's people just like the songs, they don't really
Yeah,
understand
yeah, I
how we
do. I
write
always, I always enjoy them, but and because I was talking to a friend of mine one of these days, and he was saying, "Well, yeah, is the band still together? Because they only seem to remember one song, which is Everything About You." So, and I said, "No, man, they have a lots and lots of
Yeah,
material, better, much better
yeah,
songs than
yeah.
Everything About You."
This time around, we're really going to work on just everything in order to try to cover every base possible
Yeah.
through research, which I've been doing a lot of just to get the word out more this time, especially social media. I'm trying to
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
really kicked into
I,
gear.
I've
Uh,
been checking your webpage.
yeah,
You're doing
so
the
that's more of that to come.
yeah,
A lot
yeah,
more. We're going to start pouring it on heavy and just try to build mind share, and so we can
yeah, yeah. It's
move
it's a
into
cool
this.
thing, and it shows that you're a guy that you enjoy life and you enjoy living it, and that the
Yeah, man,
positive vibes are there. So
that's what I'm
yeah,
all about.
yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
it.
funny. As I started this journey about a month ago,
Yeah,
I was telling Whit, man, it's incredible how much outpouring love there is from
yeah,
fans and all sort of things I didn't see coming.
yeah,
So it's been great. It's weird because it's like you put yourself out
yeah, yeah. You
on
expose yourself. I
almost
know.
on a
I get
daily
what you
basis.
mean.
It's like
Yeah.
here I am in my kitchen, fucking talking to
Yeah, that's it. That's the
5,000, ten
yeah.
thousand views.
That's
It's pretty
that's
weird at
the
night when I'm going to bed. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck am I doing. But the fact is, this is what sort of the new media outlet is. I mean, it's the new,
yeah.
like, you could be in control of your own career now and your own popularity, really, and that's how you got it. That's how you sell records. So if that's what if that's what it is, I want to do it because I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
I want as
Powerful
many people
message,
to
and
hear it as
it's
possible.
cool. So,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, and still on the album America's Least Wanted, who came up with the idea to record or to do a version of Cats in the Cradle? Do you remember?
Yeah, well, as far as I know, right?
It's an awesome song, an
Yeah,
awesome cover of
I
that
think
song.
originally it was Witt's idea to cover it.
Yeah,
They were doing that. I mean, before I joined the band, I saw them
yeah.
at a party in
Okay.
Isla Vista, California, and it blew me away. Then I was like, "Whoa, yeah, this is." I'm like, "Oh, I know the song. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
great." Went on the song, but I mean, the way they were doing it and Witt's voice was really good, and so it just sort of wasn't thought of at the time when we did America's Least Wanted that
Yeah.
it was going to be like a direct single or anything like that. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just more like Mark Dotson really loved it, and what a great job he did on that song, man. He really knocked that thing out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
But and then even when we had put the album out,
Yeah.
I believe it was Whit remembers, and I always forget. I forget what there was a couple of DJ that ended up playing it, and it started
Yeah.
getting so much response from the spins on it.
Yeah.
that we ended up getting a phone call from probably Bob Scoro or whoever was at Mercury. I think it's him, but I say, man, this thing's taking off. We should go do a video right away.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, the fucker is like, #1 video on MTV for 3 months in a row or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah. And it's a
which
really
is
cool song.
fascinating. Sometimes it just happens that way where you're not the intended song that you thought was going to be a single is actually the one to rise up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that
Sometimes
was
that
that,
happens,
that
you
was that
know.
case. But to answer the question, just sort of long story short, I think I'm pretty sure Wit came up with the
Yeah.
idea to cover the song, so the band was doing it I think long before they were even
Yeah.
signed. You know,
Yeah.
pretty
And
sure. So then it came about on America's Least wanted to throw it on there.
yeah, yeah, sure. You've also, I believe it was on America's Least Wanted that you had Rob Alford participate, right, on backing
Oh
vocals
yeah,
on one song.
you did goddamn devil
Goddamn
sing.
Devil.
Yeah,
Yeah. What was that like? What that was
he's just the coolest guy
being with the
ever.
metal
Yeah,
god, with the metal god himself,
yeah, man.
right?
He's cool as hell. And so years later, like we went up. I believe I don't know what year it was, 2022 or something, or
Yeah,
maybe 2022. I think we went up and opened for Priest in this one show. We had to see
yeah,
him again, say hi, take a picture. But then back then we actually he came out, sang with us in Phoenix, Arizona, I believe, in a shed. It was
yeah.
really hot out there that day. I remember that much. And came out and did Goddamn Devil with us, so it was
Oh, that
fantastic.
was cool.
Yeah,
So
and so Wit's always been really tight with the metal gods from England.
yeah, yeah.
All the heroes really loved
Because
Wit.
I saw one of your posts one of these days that you posted an autograph that you got from Ozzy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
that
remember
was
that?
that was actually, if I remember correctly, that it wasn't just me. Like he did
Yeah.
one for Klaus. It was something like I won't even
Okay.
mention it. You can imagine because Klaus is
Yeah.
German.
Sure.
But it was because Wit, I think, went told us, he said,
Mm.
"Here, do one for Dave." I think Wit probably did. I think, if I remember correctly, Wit had
Yeah.
him go do the things. He just, it's just a good. I'm just using it for social media
Yeah.
engagement.
Yeah.
But yeah, he Wit had him write that shit about us on those pictures, I believe. So it was kind of an inside joke with him and Ozzy.
Yours
I
was
think.
about something about a banjo, right? In your case, right?
Yeah, mine was, do you like banjo music, you inbred
Banjo.
fuck? Yeah, it's legendary, man.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
didn't come out. Yeah, it wasn't out of his mind to do that. He didn't. I didn't really even know Ozzy. I mean, Whit was the only one really hanging out with him. But yeah, so Whit, I believe, had him do that shit.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
hilarious.
Cool. Very cool. So next up, Menace to Sobriety,
All right,
1995.
core fan
Uh,
favorite. There you go.
yeah, and
Yeah,
this I don't know if you agree with me. It's a more a darker record in some ways. A more
yeah. Yeah, there's some dark stuff, man.
yeah,
Certainly like one of the coolest ones on there,
yeah,
at least for me, was and we went. I mean, I still think it was a good idea. We went first single with it was Tomorrow's World, right? I mean,
yeah,
Klaus is so badass on that.
yeah,
Even live, that it just translates. There's all this evil, like just droning killer tempo, and Shannon's drums when we had done that too.
yeah. Because it's the first record with him, I believe. The first time that Shannon played with you on.
That was the first record he was on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was Menace. Those days were great.
Yeah,
We had
I
that
really
rehearsal
do love
stage,
Shannon's playing because he's slightly behind the beat, man. That it's something like
yeah,
like
he's
he
just
has
pocket right.
that same vibe that for instance Alex Van Halen also has that that
Yeah,
kind of kind of slightly behind the beat, not but it's irresistible. The guy is always locked in, but just to accentuate
yeah,
the beats, it's fantastic and I really love the album. I love Sucker Path, Cloudy Skies, Jesus Rode a
yeah.
Harley, fantastic songs, and
Cool. Yeah, man.
yeah. I heard that I researched around for your solos on albums, and it lists Milkman's Son as one of yours, right? Is that true?
Yeah, that's my song here.
Yeah,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
because I really like the structure of the solo. I really like that
yeah. The
solo.
ones, the Dave Fortman songs on there
Yeah,
were Milkman,
yeah,
Jesus Rode a Harley, Cloudy Skies were
yeah,
all written all by me, and then I wrote the music on CUST. Can't you
yeah,
see them? And Crane did a rap and a vocal and then the chorus and all that stuff.
yeah. Yeah, so that I kind of like the solo because for me like it's like you're singing, you know, it's part of the song. It's not a technical stuff. It's not Ingve Malmsteen. This it's a solo that you can hum to. You can it got
Yeah,
it
yeah,
progresses with the song, so that's kind of a cool thing, and it shows in my opinion, it shows your flair, your writing,
yeah.
uh,
Which one? What are you talking about? I missed the. Uh,
Milkman Son.
oh yeah, yeah. Of
Yeah,
course. Okay. Yeah, I that song has surged. At least according to the numbers on it, man, it's surged to
yeah,
being like the song on that album now for streams. I mean, it's incredible. You know, when I
yeah,
look at it, I'm like Jesus Christ. Okay, after all these years,
yeah. It's
and
it's incredible,
so
right?
says the band. You know, that even live now,
Yeah,
continuing still that
yeah,
song's really popular now.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
super proud of it. You know, hell yeah,
Yeah,
big deal. You know,
it's a cool album. I remember the buying this at the time, right?
yeah,
So
dude.
it was a cool. I still have the original CD that I bought then. It's a really
Oh
cool.
my wow! Wait a minute, man. I'm remembering.
Yeah,
Wait, how old are you? Maybe you remember this. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 47.
So you would have been about. I don't know if you would have gone, but I would
Yeah,
say literally
yeah,
the greatest concert that Ugly Kid Joe ever played,
yeah.
in my personal opinion. I think the
o-
band might agree with me too. Was
Okay.
when we opened up for Def Leppard.
Yeah,
I believe it was in Lisbon. I
yeah.
know it was Portugal,
It was
and it was
Portugal.
fairly small.
It was in Cascais,
Place.
Cascais Pavilion.
You know what I'm talking about?
I missed that. I missed that. I
And we
didn't
had
see that.
sold the
Yeah.
majority of the tickets were actually Ugly Kid Joe fans, and it was a bunch of young people, man. And they went fucking like we were
No,
they
yeah,
went
I missed.
crazy. We were Beatles, man, that day.
Yeah, yeah,
Literally, it was like you'd do anything, you just pick up your hand and be like, ah,
yeah.
you know. I mean, it's like really where everybody in the band felt
Yeah,
like
but
a
I
fucking
have
one day, you know.
at least two friends of mine that watched that show. That
Yeah,
when
I would have to say if there was one show out of them
mm,
all,
yeah,
I'd have to pin as being the greatest thing that I've ever been through was that for
yeah,
sure on stage. Yeah, I think the boys would probably agree with me.
yeah. Going on
That was incredible, man.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
insane.
Going on a tangent. What were the Def Leppard guys like? Were they cool with
Oh
you?
yeah, oh man, yeah. You know, we ended up. I went back and counted. I have the tour books, you know, my
Okay.
mom and all, which is really cool.
Mm,
Basically, the itineraries, right? Just the book tells you what you're doing with the hotels. Where the fuck the Def Leppard concerts.
yeah.
That's fuck. We played 79 shows with those
79
dudes.
shows.
That tour.
Yeah.
We started all the way up in I think it probably Scandinavia, right? And we're heading
Yeah.
down, and we go all through Europe. Then we go to the
Oh, yeah.
States to do all sheds around all summer.
Okay.
And
Okay.
those guys, man, what a bunch of cool cats.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievably humble guys. And it's such a great thing to see people in their position at the fame
Yeah.
level they're at, to
Yeah.
be so
Yeah.
down to earth, normal, especially Joe. You know, Joe's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
we were playing. All of us, right? Def Leppard, Doug, Joe. We're in. God, I forget whatever Joe's hometown is, and so I go down. I was going to get a beer down at the bar. It was like
uh-huh.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was the day before, I believe, the show was happening, and I hear somebody say, "Dave," and I look over and it's Joe. You know, and he's sitting with his parents, man.
Yeah.
So he invited me over to go sit with his parents, and his parents were cool as hell, man. They were just sitting there chilling, having cocktails with
Yeah.
their
Oh,
son.
sure.
I sat
Cool.
down and had a couple of beers and
Yeah.
chilled out with him.
Just
It
like
was
you're a
a
part of the family, right? Just like you're a
yeah,
part of
they
the family.
real down to earth. He's
Yeah.
such a nice guy. I mean,
No,
all of
it's
them.
cool. It's cool
So
to know. It's cool to know.
yeah,
A cool
and it was
snippet.
great. You know, Vivian Campbell. I mean, my God, was one of my heroes growing up.
Yeah,
I
an
mean,
excellent guitar
I
player. Yeah.
followed him around like the first. I saw Holy Diver tour with
Yeah.
Dio right when he was
Odio.
playing guitar, and man, I
Yeah.
had so blown away by it. I was like, okay, I got to go the next night. So I drove 2 hours away to go the next one. Then the next year, Last in Line came around. I went
Yeah.
again, you know, and it's just obsessed. I would sit in my room and
Yeah, the guy
try to
see
learn all
that
his
that
leads and
sweep
stuff.
picking technique is got,
Yeah,
it's
so you know,
incredible.
getting to see that guy
Yeah.
on a deal,
Just
and you
in
know,
action.
they were
Yeah.
hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It was just a
I
great
believe
time.
that he's one of the most underrated guitar players in metal.
Yeah, dude. I
Him
still
and
listen
yeah.
to Holy Diver and all that. Or Last
Yeah.
in Line, that lead. I mean, he's just
Yeah.
tearing it up. I mean, there's a
Tearing completely.
certain energy and a certain angst and energy. What do you call it? Like anger. He's almost like
Yeah.
he's just pissed, just like
Yeah.
blasting
Yeah,
through
when
it.
you when you when you are able to convey that those emotions through your solos, that's kind of, that's
Yeah,
the peak for me.
yeah,
Not that I don't enjoy, I do enjoy some of the technical stuff. I mentioned Ingvar Malmsteen. I like his stuff,
yeah,
particularly his first 3 4 records. Then it begins to be a little dull for me, just because
yeah.
it's always the same old. It's always the same thing. We know what he's gonna do next. And a guy like Vivian, or like maybe John Sykes as well, they
Yeah,
killer dudes, just killer.
yeah, gotta
Their
love that.
leads, their riffs, it's incredible. So I really enjoy that, and I
I
identify with
agree.
what you said perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to throw to take anything out of Steve Clark, because he was also in Def
Oh,
Leppard.
yeah.
He was
Yeah,
a killer. Those riffs on the first albums, I had no idea. They're or most of all are from him.
yeah.
Most riffs from their
I didn't know
first
that either.
records.
Yeah, but my God, yeah,
He was
those.
an incredible, talented, and sadly missed guy, right?
Yeah,
So, but that was a cool, just a little tangent for us. So
nice.
next
Yeah.
we have Motel California,
Oh
which
yeah,
is the one I have in cassette, my cassette tape, my cassette.
that thing is sweet. All right.
And in this one you have who do you have? Oh, you have Lemmy, right? You have Lemmy in this, right? Playing
Little
key,
Red Band. Yeah,
yeah,
Lemmy's.
playing chorus. And I said, my God, these guys have,
Yeah,
yeah, their idols are all participating on their records. You have Rob
yeah,
Alford,
man.
you
Right.
have Lemmy.
Yeah, yeah. Whit and Lemmy were really close for years.
Yeah,
Up until his passing. Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, I think this album is, it's probably a continuation of Menace to Sobriety in terms of sound, you know.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I think it's a tighter album, if you will. It's more. I wouldn't say mechanical, but it's got a tighter vibe to it.
yeah,
Even more menacing than Menace to Sobriety,
yeah,
if you can say that. Uh,
yeah. Yeah. Those days was kind of just like go for it, write it, and then
yeah,
lay it down. I I recorded all that stuff. We did it between my studio and Klaus's studio.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And yeah, we were young, man, and just going for it. So it was
Going for
kind of
it,
like,
right?
yeah, we like these days we definitely go back and rethink stuff. And
Yeah, and do it.
then those days, man, you just get in a rehearsal space, man, and
Yeah,
then just go for it. Here's the songs. And we come up like, I brought like "Would You Like to Be There" to the table, and then and just some riffs, And it's
yeah,
fun as hell to make a record like that. It really is. But as I'm older now, and as a producer,
yeah.
I certainly would
Wouldn't do it, or
do
wouldn't
other
advise it.
things, to it for one. I could probably make it a lot rather now, but it was just a kick in the ass, and
Yeah,
fans seemed to like it enough.
yeah.
It's
I did. I
fucking
really.
fun as hell to make, man. Hell
I
yeah.
thought it was
Right.
a real nice continuation of your sound, your progression, if you will. But it was
Yeah.
cool. And I've never
Oh,
seen anyone crave a sandwich quite like Wit.
that's such Wentz, he's become such a prolific, amazing poet and songwriter now that
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
incredible. So he kind of looks back like, all right, sandwich. But you're gonna love. I mean, some boy, I am in love with some of his lyrics and
yeah.
storytelling on this new album. It's just unreal.
He
My
also loves
favorite song on
Bicycle
the
Wheels.
record is his
Apparently,
lyrics.
Bicycle Wheels is a good song. I like that song. It's a little
Yeah, that is
quirky.
cool. At one point we had reached out to like the famous mixer Andy Wallace.
Yeah.
Um, he was busy, and of course, but he ended up saying that he said, I'm not really into most of the album, but I do like the song Bicycle Wheels. And I
Okay.
was like, okay, cool.
Okay.
It was pretty rad. Yeah. But we
No,
ended up with the amazing Phil Niccolo
yeah,
mixing that.
yeah,
So for me back then, I was still kind of an audio nerd,
yeah.
still doing studio stuff. I
A
had
student.
pins and
You were a
posts.
student, right?
Yeah, I mean, since I was 15,
Yeah,
I would get by-in 4 tracks and little boards and all that bullshit.
yeah.
So I learned a lot just hanging out with that dude, just seeing sort of like what he does with
What he
things.
does, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Every step of the way with
So what's
being in
up
a
with
band.
this Rage Against the Answering Machine? How did this come up?
Man, God, it's been so long. Fuck, I
Yeah.
don't even know I forget the origins. I believe that
Well,
I assume, yeah, I think it's like a message that Wit
it's a
has.
message. It is an angry message or something
Is
like
it?
that.
I
You know, so
forget. Is it to Wit? I forget. It's been a long
I
time,
don't
dude.
know, man, but it's kind of a cool title, you know. It's Rage Against
Yeah,
the Machine, no Rage Against the Answering
that's
Machine. A playful,
yeah,
like the album Motel California, right? And nod to the
yeah.
Eagles and stuff like that, you know. So that's kind of rad, you know. It's really
I like
cool.
it.
So then comes the hiatus, right? Comes those years where you started
Yeah,
producing. We mentioned first, and
yeah, man.
then you came back with the EP Stairway to
Stairway to
Hell,
Hell. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I really the one I love about that is I think it's all right. The that middle
I,
section where it kind of mellows down and he kind of
I
with
love that song.
yeah,
Yeah,
Wit kind of goes
Wait,
into
wait.
his Bon Scott mood. You know, is I'd
Yeah,
like to tell a story.
yeah,
I think that's one of the best tributes to ACDC ever recorded. For me, it is. You know,
yeah, yeah.
to Bon Scott era ACDC. I really love that song,
Yeah,
and I
he's
love
good at
that.
that, man. Wit
Yeah,
can pull a serious Spawn off.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
loud. Yep.
It was
Patch the
pretty.
Jumping song, man, live. Those guys kill it with that.
Yeah,
Soon, yeah, we went in to do that. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, this
yeah.
Foster's got a great tune right
So
here. This is really
and
good.
but before that, how did you get back together?
Uh,
How
Essentially,
did
man,
that happen? You know?
it was an idea
Yeah,
I had, and I had brought it up to Shannon
yeah,
when we were making. It was one of the records. I was on Godsmack, and me and
yeah,
Shannon were hanging out.
yeah,
And I came up with this. I was like, man, it's such a. I said, I'm a producer. It would be free essentially, except for like flights or whatever. Would be travel
yeah,
to make music. And my thing was that what, let's do like an acoustic version of Cast in the Cradle, because I was reading back then on the internet about misclicks.
yeah,
And the people are putting these songs with the same name, so if people mess up and hit it, they still get the clicks.
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, man, we can put a cover of Cast in the Cradle and make a bunch of new songs, and we can put it out for free now because we have. It's not
Yeah.
like you have to do all these CDs and anything or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And so that actually did work to some extent. I mean, because certainly that acoustic version of Cats, I think, streamed like 8 million times or something.
So got the ball rolling, right? That was
About
it.
5x anything else on that record. So, and then what happened was, then of course, I believe Witt decided to quarterback it, take it into touring, and start to really go after it, and that continued on till till present day. Really, I mean
Okay.
that's.
Okay. Well, that's good,
And
you
so
know.
then once the ball was rolling and they were
Yeah.
doing some touring,
Yeah.
then that came into uglier than it used to be.
Yeah.
Uglier than they used to be. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Uglier than they
And we
used
were
to
like,
be.
let's make some more music, man. And then
Yeah.
same thing rolled into Rad Wings of Destiny, and then now rolling into this
The
album.
next album, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was just fun,
Yeah.
and it just seemed to make sense, and the fans were coming back around, and here we are.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Me included. So,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I've never left actually because I've always, you know, I've been attentive to your careers and as you've said, you know, I've been a fan of your production and also
Yeah,
medication. You know, I've also Witt's career. You know, it was kind of cool to follow that. You know, and also
yeah.
Shannon, of course. And Shannon was actually in a band that I really like, which was Wrathchild America. He was the drummer on that.
Hell yeah.
So on that band, so that band is a really cool band.
Nice.
Yeah, so I recently bought their a special edition with their two CDs, their two albums, which is one is called 3D and the other one is it has a maze in it. I don't know the name right now. The name escapes me, but it's two albums. It's a cool edition, right? So getting back now to the uglier than they used to be and the Red Wings of Destiny releases, you know.
Yeah,
Um, you you again on the uglier than they used to be. You got Phil Campbell from Motorhead to guest
yeah,
guitar with
dude.
you, right? My Old Man, Under the Bottom, and Ace of Spades, the cover, right? A
Yeah,
really cool cover, actually.
yeah,
You do,
yeah. He's great.
yeah.
Really cool guy.
Yeah, and these two albums, I don't know if you agree with me that they're, you know, one of these. I was listening or reading actually something about a dude on the YouTube that was saying or Facebook or something like that. That's saying that Red Wings of Destiny didn't convince him. You know, he was a fan of the previous albums, but I believe that these two albums, Red Wings of Destiny and Uglier Than They Used to Be, show a different side of you. You know, a more
Yeah,
a more
certainly.
a more subdued
From a
kind
writing
of.
standpoint, I
Yeah,
mean, Uglier Than It Used to Be has a lot of normal heavy kind of
yeah,
riffs and
yeah.
stuff like
Sure,
that
sure.
we do. But now Rad Wings is
It's a different beast altogether,
yeah,
right?
major departure from any. I mean,
Yeah,
and I noticed on tour
yeah,
before we did this new album, and I told Klaus, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, every song we play has
yeah,
a palm mute, which is like a jump, jump.
yeah,
Even Milkman's Son palm
yeah,
mutes in the riff,
yeah.
and I'm like, wait a minute.
Da-dun,
And I'm
da-dun,
thinking of Rat
da-dun.
Wings and Betsy, and I'm like trying to see if anywhere in the entire record do we even do one palm mute, which has been on every album in the past, but not this
But not
album,
this
right?
one, right?
So there's only one. And it's in Kill the Pain, the song I
Yeah,
wrote. And it's in that bridge.
yeah.
Every single song doesn't have a
Doesn't
palm
have
mute
a
in it,
palm mute. Okay.
which is crazy, man. I
Yeah,
mean, for this band, it's almost like we're going, I don't know what, sort of like this, like making a Stones record in a way. There's a lot of
yeah,
songs that are
yeah.
very rock
And
and
you did
roll.
the. You also
Rock and
did
roll is a way,
a.
yeah, it's not metal, it's
Yeah.
rock and roll.
No, it's
That's what
rock and
happened.
roll, but it's cool. It's like I've said before. It's still you. It's still Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah,
It's
and
still
look,
the
it was a
band. You
fucking
know.
blast to make. It's good to have Mark back.
You may
Yeah,
have toned down
yeah,
the aggressiveness, if you will, and okay, but
yeah.
it's
That's
still
just a
there.
writing thing.
Yeah, your DNA is
For
still
us,
there.
for us personally, it was a great record to make because we got to go hang out. We brought Mark Dotson back in.
Yeah,
Uh, the circle of love and friends and all that. It was fantastic to make, and I mean,
cool,
that
very cool.
probably might have been one of the funnest recording sessions I've
Yeah,
ever been on. Man, it was just a blast. We were in El
yeah, and it
Paso,
shows
Texas.
because the songs
You know,
are all quite breezy and quite
yeah, that kind of thing.
easygoing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
kind
could.
of.
But look, if I was like a dude that was, and they're going to get slapped around hard on this new one because this is going right back to like this is
Yeah,
metal, a
yeah,
lot of metal in this thing
yeah,
coming out. But if I was look, I don't blame anybody for that because if I was somebody that was really into ALW, for instance, America's Least Wanted, if you were that guy, or
mm,
even Stairway in some
yeah,
ways, I might have been a little like, wow, they're really just not writing anywhere near that older stuff
yeah,
for the most part, on Rad Wings. I get it, certainly we can't see that coming into it, so we're just like going for it. But I
going
think
for it, right?
for
Yeah,
the first time ever, we actually have thought about it, taken the time to run through it,
yeah,
only allow the best things that we can come up with for the right purposes to come through.
yeah,
And
yeah,
this album's on purpose this time. This is
yeah,
not like, okay, we wrote a bunch of songs, we're going to go in. This is like we really wrote some songs, and they're
yeah.
fucking badass, and we're very confident that it's the right everything. And I
No,
went back, reproduced all the fucking mixes, and added. I spent about a year and a half on this thing,
yeah.
just me
I
personally
You're
dealing
making
with
me
it,
eager to
making it.
listen to it, to the
Yeah,
material.
so
You know what I
everybody
mean?
that's had a sneak preview has been
Yeah,
fucking blown away with this thing, man. So I'm excited for people to hear it. I definitely put my ass into it. We all worked our butts
yeah.
off on it, man.
You
I
do
mixed it twice.
yeah, okay.
I came back.
That
Sober
shows.
Dave came back and
Yeah,
fixed drunk Dave's mixes. It wasn't even that I was drunk; it's just that I hadn't gotten into like. I had ended up working on what's this new release that's going to come out for
yeah,
Godsmack this year, right? This
yeah.
I can't tell you what it is, but it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And it got me kind of back into full on research and mixing and getting, I spent so much time on that
Yeah.
I went back and I'm like, I could make, even though it did sound great,
Adjustments, right?
I'll
Some
call it Drunk
adjustments.
Dave, right? But actually, I don't finalize the mixes drunk. I didn't then on those either.
Yeah,
But I listened to it. And I'm like, oh, the stuff that I've learned and the techniques I'm using for this stuff I'm doing for Godsmack
yeah,
actually sounds a lot more sonically correct and better in my opinion. And so I thought about it. I'm like, let me take another look. So I tried the first song, and then they loved it.
yeah,
I loved it. And so when I got further into that, then it was like, okay, what
yeah.
else now I could, okay, I started to see it as a different production as well. So I just reproduced the
The
sonic
entire.
scape of the whole thing. I
Yeah,
added things to it. The
yeah,
production value has gone up
yeah.
1,000% on it.
Just don't do as Metallica did. Don't cut the bass on "And Justice for All," right? Please don't do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
because Cordell is a fantastic bass player, man.
yeah.
He's
He's in there for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's a fantastic bass player, and I really love his style, his playing. Actually,
he's
all of them.
great, man.
Yeah,
It's insane. Yeah, he's such a
yeah.
talented guy.
On this one, you have a cover that I think fits the mood. "Lola" by the Kings. Uh,
Yeah, that's
it's a
kind of
cool.
surfacing on streams now.
Yeah, yeah,
I look at all that stuff
yeah,
to try to get it in order to understand. The past is the way to be moved to the future, right?
Yeah,
Obviously,
right.
extrapolation. And yeah, that one over time is starting to surface now in streams and numbers. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So it was a good
Because
idea.
yeah, streaming as that power, when I was growing up and you were growing up, we had to buy the records, actual records, physical records. Now you can go
Yeah.
and listen to it on the internet. That's the
Oh
I
yeah.
probably I did that too because I didn't know that album we talked previously, another animal album. I didn't know it. I had to go online and listen to it.
Yeah.
That it got some positive things. Sometimes people tend
It really
to,
does. Yeah.
yeah,
Especially for exploring and discovering older stuff. Now you can,
definitely,
who's going to,
definitely,
you make it an idea like, I
yeah,
should go to the record store and try this, like whatever it be, Earth, Wind and Fire record, but you'd have to go buy it and all that. Now
yeah.
you can just be like, play Earth, Wind
Okay,
and
just
Fire.
play it. Yeah, that's sort of that kind of freedom, that
Yeah.
it has some positive aspects to it.
A
I
lot
know
of
that.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I know
it
that.
does allow uh, spur of the moment
Yeah,
listening. Who knows? I mean, can you imagine if there was a metric on how much that matters to streaming for every band in the world? It's like
yeah,
spur of the moment, people just saying, "Oh yeah, I remember this band, Ugly
yeah.
Joe.
I
Let me
remember this.
play that
Yeah,
one song. What's the song from Ugly Joe? What Jim and I
yeah,
or whatever is telling them everything about you or Cassie.
yeah,
Oh, play that one. And
yeah,
so who knows how much streaming is happening
yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
That
People
sort of
have the
thing.
ability to just think of it and just have it played.
Yeah, because when for instance, when I'm at work, I don't take my CDs with me or something like that. I have a streaming service. I listen to what I want to hear. I want to hear to Ugly Kid Joe. I listen to Ugly
Yeah,
Kid Joe. I want to hear the
yeah,
AC/DC. I listen to AC/DC. Led Zeppelin, Earth, Wind and Fire, whatever. That kind of freedom
absolutely.
that the possibilities it brings, because some people tend to say, oh, streaming pays low royalties or no royalties at all, for yeah, that's it's like a double-edged sword, so
Yeah,
some
yeah,
things are positive, others aren't, what you're gonna do, right, and that's
totally.
that's the thing. Going back to your albums, is there an album that you feel that you felt very positive about and the people just didn't get it? I'm going with Red Wings of Destiny, but I don't know if that's you understand what I mean. Some album that when you
Uh,
finished it, mixing it, producing it, and said, "Well, this is it. This is a good record. People are gonna like it," and then nothing happens, or not what do you
well,
expect. You understand what I
well,
mean?
no, because our well, I'm looking to completely change this
Yeah,
through social media this time around, which
yeah,
we really haven't dug into the world of social media into its full extent, right?
yeah.
So
Right.
basically, in our second career, let's say second run of Ugly Kid Joe, starting in 2012,
Revival.
the numbers are very similar
Yeah,
uh, throughout.
yeah,
We land somewhere right under. Uh, 2 mil on streams, which is really not a lot in the grand scheme of things.
yeah,
So none of those albums have been like, well, people just didn't really get it. There might be one or two people that didn't like Red Wings, but whatever. There's a lot of
yeah,
people that did. There's always somebody that's not going to like something. It's just the nature of humans, right?
yeah.
But we've never had that kind of response because we've had about even numbers on everything so far, which means
Okay.
that our fan base
Is
are really the
constant, right?
ones that are involved and engaged right
Yeah,
now. And this
sure.
time around, we're trying to blow that into new listeners as well. So
No, cool. Okay.
it's still to be seen,
Yeah,
but I'm going to dig in as hard as I can dig in. I've already started, and the amount of fan response that I get
yeah,
alone on my social media is incredible, and it's been life changing for me. And I'm hoping to get the same effect through the other outlets and pages.
yeah. Cool.
Accounts of Ugly Joe too,
Yeah,
so we could try to change those numbers. We're pretty linear throughout these
yeah,
albums, and we'll see if we can't step it up this time.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
the answer to that is
Hopefully.
not. No, we hadn't not in our second half of the career ever had anything. Back in the day, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, our Paul's Boutique,
Mm.
same thing happened to the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Not to compare us to like somebody as huge as the Beastie Boys, but I
Yeah.
will. Paul's Boutique was that album like Menace to Sobriety. They had,
Yeah.
License to Ill was huge. And
Yeah.
Paul's Boutique really didn't do that well, but the fans really loved that album.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of
The
my
people
favorite
that
records
that
still.
were already on board, they stayed on board,
Yeah,
right? That
it's one of my favorite albums of all time. It's Paul's
yeah.
Boutique. That is just incredible stuff, man.
Yeah.
And
It
so
is.
there are people
Mm.
that when Menace to Sobriety came out and like entered, I don't know, not very big. It didn't sell anything in the States. It was considered an absolute bomb by the
Yeah.
record company.
Yeah.
And by all standards of numbers, yeah, it tanked, right?
Yeah.
Did all right in Europe, uh, but that would be the classic moment of like what you're talking about, basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
where
Because
it could look on paper measurably something that dropped out.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
has not happened in our second round starting in 2012.
Yeah. On
We
the
have a
fence.
pretty linear
Yeah.
run so far.
Oh, great. Great. It's
Yeah,
good to know.
other than the acoustic version of Cast in the Cradle, which
Yeah.
popped off like 8 million streams or something.
Yeah.
We're, we haven't broken 2 mil on a song yet. So that's my goal this time, man.
You will. You will.
Put up a little fast. Let's
You
see.
will.
Yeah, if not, who cares? You know, we're still stoked and
Yeah.
it's a blast. And you know, those guys are great live. Whit kills them every night, and
Yeah. It
it's a
shows when you
circus.
play live, it shows that you're having fun, and
Absolutely, yeah.
first of all, you're playing for yourselves, for your enjoyment. And then if people like it,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the,
yeah. And in the end, the whole thing really, I mean, is really the core of what's you know, it's our core fan base. They've always been there. They're still there. We love making music for them, and
yeah.
that's sort of the basis of everything we're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Um, and with through education and will and gumption, we're going to try to take
Yeah.
a little bit further of a reach this time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sure. I
and I believe
understand.
that we have the material to back it up, and that's
I
what's
get
most
what you
important.
mean. I get what you mean. Yeah. And we need more.
Therefore,
We need bands like you. We need Ugly Kid Joe. We need you here, and we need you strong, right?
there you go.
And this is a little bit off topic, but you were talking about live concerts, and
Yeah.
where does Klaus get those wonderful T-shirts where he is like Blondie but with Judas Priest lettering? I was seeing some.
Well, I need to blow him up on my page, man, because I
Yeah,
got a lot of people looking at me now.
yeah,
That's mock and roll.
yeah,
His
yeah,
thing he's got. We've seen it. Yeah, he comes up with those fucking
yeah.
ideas. Some of them are so great.
Something
My
like
favorite, I
Christina
think,
Aguilera, but with
yeah.
a Judas Priest lettering, right? So the
Oh, there's
Judas
a
Priest
million of them.
lettering.
Yeah, my favorite probably is the ABBA. It looks like ACDC. That's just
AC/DC,
too
yeah,
much. You
right.
know, that's the greatest shirt ever made.
Yeah, and I said, well, he's got some cool shirts, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah,
Yeah,
I went because I had liked one of his posts, and I was like, you know, I haven't been over and seen the site in a while, so I went and looked. It's just hilarious.
yeah,
There's so many great ones on there. You know.
yeah. Every time I see a live performance by you, I go, what is Klaus wearing
Yeah,
today,
the first
right?
thing you
But
look for is
yeah,
whatever
it's the
fucking
Klaus
shirt
T-shirt,
Scout's
right?
wearing.
You know.
Yeah,
And that's really cool.
funny shit. It rules.
Yeah. So Dave, thank you so much for
Thank you.
thank you so much for talking to me. I'm glad
My
we
pleasure.
got that time thing correct, right? Because it would
Yeah,
be yeah,
and we're not being confused by Dave Fortman's old age.
yeah,
You know, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
yeah.
Idiot. God,
No, but
Jesus.
thank you for really really thank you so much for talking to me, for sharing your experiences, and
Cool. Yeah. There you go.
I'm really looking forward for your to your new record. You got my
Me
attention
too.
peaked right now, and so
All
it's
right.
gonna be later this year, right? In
Yeah, it's coming out
principle,
this year. Yep.
yeah, it's coming out this
Probably
year.
this
Okay,
summer, I imagine. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So Dave, thank you so much again, and
Cool, brother.
we'll see you later, right?
Right,
Okay,
man.
bye
See ya.
bye, man. Bye bye, bye bye.
Later.